Hello, my name is Lillian Jockey, and today I will be presenting on electromagnetic frequencies and if these frequencies affect human health. In class, we discussed that majority or all the forces on Earth are electromagnetic in nature, apart from gravity. So, how does EMF affect human health, and if it does, is this true or fictional? Is a fear of human technology or neophobia misguided and sensationalized by companies who want to profit from mass hysteria? What about the symptoms like headaches, nausea, and rashes reported by people who believe that radio masts, mobile phones, etc., are causing harm? Are these symptoms real or are these psychosomatic illness? Lon Trottier, a co-founder of Matrox, a company known for its specialized computer graphic and imaging products, who also holds a mastering engineer degree in electrical engineering from McGill University, stated in the EMF and Health article titled A Growing Hysteria in Skeptical Inquiry 2009 that a growing industry of fraud artists is taking advantage of the fact that many of the supposed symptoms of EMF appears to be psychosomatic. They are offering a broad variety of quack remedies that will absorb harmful EMF or otherwise shield the user. These products range from pendants worn around the neck to a patent water activator that structures all the water you use. Extensive scientific testing has been used to measure these effects and to establish safe limits. In the US, FCC regulations set limits on permitted exposure for the public at a 50th the level at which harmful heating effects may occur. Actual exposures are hundreds weaker than the lowest energy ionizing radiation. So, electromagnetic radiation can be classified into two types: ionizing radiation and non-ionizing radiation, based on its capability of ionizing atoms and breaking chemical bonds. Electromagnetic radiation that are non-ionizing damage molecules, and they range from ultraviolet, X-ray, and gamma rays. They are carcinogenic due to occasional DNA damage. But the disclaimer is we are exposed to this from space and from the sun, but not from human technology. Electromagnetic radiation that are non-ionizing pose their own special hazards with electrical and biological hazards. There might be induced voltage gradients and or electrical currents with low frequencies from 0 to 3 kilohertz. But the normal human technology that we use do not have frequencies in this range. The other effect for non-ionizing electromagnetic radiation is thermal effects, and they range from 30 megahertz to 300 gigahertz microwaves. Absorption of energy causing heating, which if enough happens at once can damage tissues. But energy has to be specifically and intentionally focused to have an effect. And most of the technology that we use do not have this kind of effect. Dr. Lakshmi Kaur at the National Physical Laboratory, India, states that all electromagnetic radiation consists of small particles called photons. The energy of a photon is determined by a formula called Planck's law. The energy of the photon increases as the frequency increases. Now, consider a photon of yellow light, which has a frequency of 5 times 10 to the 14th power hertz. The energy of such a photon is approximately 2 electron volts. If there is an increase in the power, only the number of photons increases, not its energy. Thus, a standard yellow sodium lamp with high power rating provides more light with more photons, but each photon still has exactly the same amount of energy. A typical cell phone uses a frequency of 1 times 10 to the power of 9 hertz. The frequency used in a household microwave oven is 2.45 times 10 to the power of 12. Therefore, the energy of photons in these sources will be lower than that of yellow light by a factor of 1,000 for the microwave oven and 1,000,000 for the cell phone. The frequency of a standard 60 Hz power line will be further lower by a factor of 1,000,000. Roughly 1,000,000 photons in a power line together have the same energy as a single photon in a microwave oven. And 1,000 microwave photons have the energy equal to 1 photon of visible light. Therefore, a direct causal link between these frequency, radiation, and cancer would require one to be willing to discard the Planck's law and the entire body of quantum physics. Now, I'm going to play the devil's advocate. As much as all this research from these well-known groups is profound, I'm still skeptical of any claims that EMF does not cause harmful effects. And this is mainly due to lack of long-term research. So I'm still skeptical, and since I have a little baby, even if I have read all this research that says, oh no, EMF does not affect human health, I'm very careful about this. And I talked to a friend of mine, John Carroll. He's a polarity therapist, and this is what he had to tell me.
Interview about electromagnetic fields. Yes. But I want to begin this interview by turning the tables on you.
Oh, okay.
And I want to remind you that thoughts are electrical. Okay. And feelings are magnetic. Mm-hmm. And therefore, we are the first electromagnetic field. We ourselves are an electromagnetic field. Mm-hmm. Okay? So, if you remember, did we do a grounding exercise?
Yes, we did.
And the first part of the grounding exercise was to let something come out of your feet and go down into the earth. Mm-hmm. And that was to ground your thoughts. The second part of the grounding exercise was to let another one come off of your spine and go down into the earth. And wrap something around it. Mm-hmm. Remember that? Mm-hmm. Some classes I did and some I didn't, so I'm covering myself. So this thing that goes around and around like a copper wire creates a magnetic field. And it grounds feelings, emotions. So here you are, this multidimensional, perfect. So your second chakra is about feelings. The third chakra is a power center. So you take your feelings, let's say your feeling was to start a new business. And you have a lot of feelings about that. You have concerns, but it's something you wanted to do for a long time. It's a really big thing. It's something you've been feeling. You know what I mean? You put a lot of effort into it. And you have a lot of thought about it. And that thought wraps around those feelings. Okay. And you create a electromagnetic field. And then you bring the power of your will into creating it, which is that third chakra. Okay. And then you create a business. And that whole thing is sustained out of this electromagnetic field. And that's creepy. If you take your phone out and you turn it on, there's a signal there.
Okay.
You didn't try to call anybody, but your phone was on as a signal. That must mean that there's a signal present all the time. It's that the cell towers are blasting out all the time a low voltage, low frequency that's picked up by the phones. Would you agree to that?
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter whether you have Horizon or T-Mobile or PC Metro, turn your phone on, it's got signal.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that the towers are putting out frequency all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did you and I notice this frequency?
No.
No, we can't tell.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as we turn on the phone, we notice it comes down.
Mm-hmm.
So, I would say you might realize that in some way, in our modern day world, wherever we go in America, except maybe way out in the forest where there's no signal,
Mm-hmm.
we're being bombarded all the time with this low frequency.
Mm-hmm.
And that does have an effect.
That's true. Okay.
This will block the effects of a cell phone on you.
Okay.
And it will block the effects of low frequency waves that we're being bombarded with. All those names in there. Here's one.
Okay.
Looks pretty on that side, and actually, I think it looks prettier on that side.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at this and you go, oh, this one don't get it. But, you know, of course, and that's a big secret of what's in it. But if you muscle test, it negates all the toxicity that comes into the electromagnetic field. Old Bluetooth.
Okay.
And there's a little one on there. It doesn't look as pretty as that does when it's new, but that's what it is. It's just a little drop of one of those.
Okay, so when you wear them, they negate electromagnetic field coming from other devices?
They cancel out the electromagnetic field.
That's interesting.
So, well, you use them to cancel out the electromagnetic field, but what I think they're doing is they're preventing the toxicity from the electromagnetic field to damage your field.
Okay.
Which is actually different from messing with the electromagnetic field itself. But let's think about homeopathy.
Okay.
Homeopathy is based on sameness neutralizing something's body. It's different from allopathic medicine. It's very effective. Okay? So now let's come back to this. If this has in it the opposite of all the things that are toxic to you, that are of an electromagnetic nature,
okay,
then this should neutralize any damage in electromagnetic.
Okay. Because it's like a homeopath.
Because it's homeopathic.
Okay.
It's that technology being used in another way.
That is powerful. From your experience, do they work?
Absolutely. Weird as all get out, isn't it?